Also, let's see, there's a lot of topics and subtopics we're going to probably run into on this particular clip, being that we're talking about both kids and teens. Also, I've noticed that there's a lot of parents who get kids at a young age and then they still want to shove them to mom, shove them to dad, and still go out and party, but not work to help out or not even show that it's worth their time. I mean, why would I want to watch somebody's kid that, I mean, even though it may be my own grandchild, but why do I want to watch my own grandchild if the mother's not even doing anything, or if I have the kid most of the time anyway, but yet they don't want to give it up for, like, give me custody or something.
Yeah, I understand.
Different situations revolving around that circle. But yeah, let's see what else we got going on.
I think it's about time to move to the next section.
Okay.
So, if you're a victim, here's some places that you can go for help. There is your local government offices, such as Child Services, DFS, Division of Family Services. There's
911.
911, yes, yeah. That is good. If you're afraid and you've been abused by your parents, if you're going to school counselors are a great resource for someone to talk to. Also, let's see here. Besides that, there's a lot of great resources that we pulled up off of the internet.
That we suggest that you guys try, although we are not endorsing or being paid, even though we should be.
We've got the Child Abuse Hotline, and that phone number is 1-800-4, and then a child. Let me see. I've got the actually got the phone number here.
Also, teens alike. Nowadays, a lot of people, in some places they take your words way too literally, and in some places a lot of them don't. It's like, best thing to do is actually to kind of go armed. I mean, if you were just beat up, or just had your ass whooped, I mean, it does not hurt to sit up there and run to a friend's house, call, take pictures, talk to a police officer, like, hey, my mom just did all this, she's drunk, or my mom does this all the time. I mean, honestly, don't sit in the house and take it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you like that sort of thing, God bless you, but
yeah.
I mean, I don't think I'd like to get my ass whooped, and I didn't.
Here's the phone number for the Child Abuse Hotline is 1-800-422-4453. All of these phone numbers and resources we will also be posting on Speaking Out with Kim and Brian on Blogger. We'll have that link available as well. Some other resources. Parents, if, say, your spouse is being abusive, and this also applies to children, if one of your parents is being abusive, or both of your parents is being abusive, you can also call the Domestic Violence Hotline, and their phone number is 1-800-548-2722. And
911 is also an easy number to remember. Also, make sure you get a hold of grandma, aunt, uncle, still in the family. I mean, if things are going on, I mean, you're more or less likely to think of them than you would a cop. Not saying, but you know, these are still other options that, you know, I mean, if you're in it constantly and nobody's helping you, at least you have a secondary number where you can sit there and like, okay, well, I'm getting abused, I need help. I've called 911, they don't want to help. I've called the cops, I told my teacher. I mean, if you've done everything, these numbers here will help you, no questions asked. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because back when I was a teen, we used to kind of try out these numbers a little bit, and they call you back. Some of them call you back, some of them will call and send an officer to the number where they receive that call. So.
Also, another resource, if you have friends that you go visit or hang out with, you know, and you trust these people, tell their parents. You know, that's someone to talk to. If you go to church, or if there's a church nearby, that's also a resource. There's a lot of resources, and if you are being abused, utilize those. Because there's always someone out there who cares, even though it may not seem like it at the moment. And sometimes the best thing that you can do for yourself is reach out and ask for help.
Love doesn't hurt. Unless you're crying, then that's okay. But not getting your ass whooped and cry, and somebody says, oh, I love you. And we also want to dive in just a little bit on teen relationships. Oh my God. Girls, if a guy is beating you up, that is not love. That is not puppy love. You do not really love them. And the only reason why I feel out of my own mind to say that is simply because we don't know your situation, but at the same time, we've been teenagers before. We've been down a lot of that route. You know, guys fall in love, girls fall in love, and you guys don't. We'd all at the time we really didn't know how to react to it. And you're in that same stage. You don't know how to react to what you're feeling. But I mean, if you're getting your ass whooped, that's you getting your ass whooped. That's not him playfully loving you. No,
and if he's talking down to you, and I really think we should do an episode on this, because but this is a resource if you're a victim, if you're a teen and you are a victim of abuse. I would, talk to people. If you've just been harmed, I would call the police. But there's also this number, it's the National Teen Dating Abuse Help Hotline, and that number is 1-866-331-9474. Some things for me, because growing up as a child of abuse, that I thought that was acceptable, and my mother was the abusive one, so I thought that's how you expressed love, and because that's the only thing that I was exposed to for, the formative years of my life. If a guy, and this can actually work either way, if a guy is putting you down, calling you names, calling you a whore, just disrespecting you, like checking out other chicks, or calling you fat, or even if he's doing those things, or physically harming you, call somebody. If you've just been physically harmed, call the police. Have somebody take photographs of you. Go to the hospital.
Yeah. And that runs right along with rape. I mean, if you've never had sex before a virgin and your boyfriend just takes it, that's rape. If you don't want to do it and he pressures you into it, that is still rape. Tell somebody, tell somebody, tell somebody. Don't live with the fact that you got raped and then the boy sits up there and continues to do whatever it is he's doing, and then let's say you guys break up. Okay, you're saying phew, and then you go on with your life, but let's say he actually brutally raped somebody else.
Yeah, so you're doing the world a favor.
Yeah, I mean, you tell him, you know, you telling somebody that stops him, you're saving the next girl or the next guy, if he swings that way. But